it's really a process of becoming less desperate and less compulsive about sex. And incidentally, reproductive sex is not given up for all of this. The right way to look at it is you're not moving away from reproductive sex to something else. You're expanding reproductive sex into a much broader capability into the spiritual realm. So for a couple who wants to have children, then they can still have children. But what does happen is the way we feel about sex and the way we relate to each other becomes less compulsive. This whole imbalance between men and women that has been the source of so much suffering over the centuries dissolves, because men and women become equals in the sexual act and indeed become facilitators in their own, in their mutual spiritual development.
And I think that
that's a big shift. That's a big shift right there.
Mm-hmm. And what you wrote about in regards to the male offering an apology, even though it wasn't him that actually may have caused or inflicted the pain, the sexual healing that needs to take place comes from the apology.
I mean, we're sitting on top of centuries of
abuse and
terrible history between men and women, and I think the main reason of it is because the impulse in nature for procreation is so powerful that the roles of men and women have become very exaggerated, because as a species we haven't really been very mature in dealing with these powerful energies, this powerful energy of reproduction. And so the woman has been in her role biologically, and the man has been in his role biologically, and there's been all sorts of tension associated with that. The men wanting to, you see this in nature all the time, where the men are competing for the woman and the women are competing for the men, and then they're competing with each other, and then there's oppression, and there's control, and there's all these issues that come up between men and women, and all of that just sort of gradually dissolves when people become gradually more competent in applying these principles of tantric sex. So there's a lot more involved here than just the individual developing themselves spiritually. You're really developing the society.
Yes.
We're coming into equality, and there's definitely some apologies that are necessary, and I think those apologies really have been emerging for a long time with the increasing role of women in many fields of life, and men becoming a little bit more in touch with their feminine nature. So I think we're all becoming more balanced, and this is really the broader context of what worldwide spiritual development is about, is that we're finding more balance everywhere, although there's still plenty of extremes out there, but things are getting better, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're out of time today, Yogani. I want to thank you for a lovely interview, and look forward to where we go from here. So what is the next step after Tantra?
Well, the way we go through things in AYP is we would be talking about asanas, which are those physical postures that we all know so well, and mudras and bandhas, which are more subtle physical techniques that people are not generally familiar with. And this is more for cultivating the ecstatic conductivity side of it. Although asanas, as many people know, are good for relaxation and physical culture, and we can talk about that next time if you would like.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good way to progress.
Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you again so much for this interview.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Ann. I've enjoyed it.
And if our listeners want to go to the site, it's www.aypsite.org. And there's you can hear the interviews again, plus there's lots of lessons that Yogani has put up there. Okay, so we'll be in touch again, and we'll continue this wonderful journey to enlightenment.
Okay.
Bye-bye. You've been listening to Dr. Ann West with Truth from the Source. Join me on the first Sunday of every month on Truth from the Source to hear me discuss important life, environmental, metaphysical, and alternative health issues that will help you make the choices for a better future for yourself and your world around you. To do this, I will invite some of the world's leading experts in a variety of areas, including quantum physics, politics, environmental issues, the medical arena, authors, philosophers, whatever it takes to answer the questions that can help to solve the problems of today so that we can become solution-oriented conscious beings. I look forward to joining with you again the first Sunday of next month. Much love, aloha, may peace be with you at all times. Namaste. If you would like more information about these shows, or the authors that have been interviewed on the shows with Dr. Ann West, please write to me at drannwest@aol.com. Thank you very much. Namaste.